So I stood up, I prayed, and I asked God to show me which country I should go to. I actually never been abroad, like up until that point. I just went to Latvia for the beach, which is the same as Lithuania almost.
Yeah.
So I was walking around my room and praying, and I saw this box, and it said "Made in Belgium," and I'm like, Belgium, okay, I'm going to Belgium. And I looked through the list. It's like out of 5 universities, one was in Belgium. So I was like, this must be God. And later I found out it actually was the best option from all of them. So I applied, I was accepted, and I went to Belgium for a year, for 1 semester. And there I took that time to really look into my heart and really pray, because that was the opportunity for me to step back from what I used to experience. So I went to some conferences, and in one of the conferences I met someone with whom we went to share the gospel on the streets. And on the way back to the conference, we were speaking about a lot of spiritual topics, and I mentioned that I was never really baptized based on my own decision. And he looked at me and said, I can baptize you, like we just can do it here and now. So we found this little canal, and we went there. It was March, it was cold, but I didn't feel the cold. So, but in that moment when I went out of the water, I knew this is a turning point. I cannot come back to my old life. I cannot live based on my doubts. I need to now really choose according to my convictions that I see in the Word, that I believe God is leading me towards. So since then, I didn't go to Catholic Church. I joined an evangelical church and then a student group. Yeah, I'm sorry. I started sharing and I don't know if I go off the rails.
This is great. No, this is so great. This is so great. Such a fascinating story. One of the things that comes out, Vitas, that I love about you is just a real genuineness to seek God from a young age. It's really pretty fascinating to me to hear your story and just to hear, like that sincerity of just searching for God, knowing He's there, and then even like the idea of like having a conviction that you're willing to, buck the trend of what family has done and your, background, because you just really believe the Word of God is speaking to you, and that you'll do whatever it says is really just a really neat part of your story. I appreciate you sharing so much of that. So you're in Belgium for a semester at least. How old are you at this point? Are you maybe 20?
Oh, I'm almost 30, so now I really need to calculate. So I finished when I was 19, high school, and then I started university. Probably 22. Yeah, 22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a young man. You're in Belgium. You're kind of getting your first taste of being out of Lithuania and on your own. You're now a part of the evangelical Christian faith, not the Catholic faith. Where do you go from here? What happens next?
So there's another big rebellious thing drops. I feel like God is calling me to leave my studies. And I'm like, how will I tell my parents? Like, that's a really big thing, because everything I start, I finish. It's really not in our family culture to do that. So, but I felt like this is really, God is calling me to do that. And by that time, I heard a lot about missionaries. So I started to feel desire to become a missionary. I already decided, no, Catholic priest is not, I don't think it's a good option. Like, at some point I thought maybe I can even change the system from within, but I also know that never works.